We continue now at the top of Daf Samech Vav Amid Beis and Meseches Avodah Zara. This is Avodah Zarah Daf 66b. On the previous summit, the Gemara is dealing with a case where wine falls into vinegar. Now, the situation is when the wine falls into vinegar, already when it reaches the airspace of the vessel, the wine takes on the smell of the vinegar. And so in this situation, we have a machlokas between Abaye and Rava, whether it prohibits b'mashu or whether it prohibits b'nosein tam. And the Gemara now explains why Abaye says b'mashu. Abaye says, reiche chola v'tayim chamra. If you have a situation where something, its smell is the smell of vinegar, like in this case, the moment that the wine enters the airspace of the vessel with the vinegar, it takes on the smell of vinegar, so it has the smell of vinegar, but v'tayim chamra, it still has the taste of wine. Chola, it's considered to be vinegar, we follow the smell. V'havale min b'mino, it's considered of the same kind. V'chol min b'mino b'mashu, and anytime you have min b'mino, it's going to prohibit even with the smallest amount. Rava says b'nosein tam, that it prohibits with the amount that imparts taste, because reiche chol, if you have something which the smell is vinegar, v'tayim chamra, and the taste is wine, chamra, according to Rava, that's considered to be wine. V'havale min b'she'eno mino, it's considered not of the same kind. V'chol min b'she'eno mino b'nosein tam. Anytime you have something not of the same kind, we follow the imparting of taste. And Rashi explains, reiche chola, if the smell is vinegar, yayin zeh samach le'eruvo haya reiche chola, right before it was about to actually be mixed, meaning when it's still in the airspace of the vessel, this wine, it has the smell of vinegar. V'tayim echamer, now it still has the taste of wine. Uvosar reiche azlinan, and according to Abaye, we follow the smell. Ukashenesar v'havalei min b'mino, therefore when it gets mixed, it's considered to be of the same kind. And the Gemara continues, Hi Bastia, when you have a hole in a barrel, Rashi explains, Bastia, Nekev nokvim b'megufas chavis, this was a hole they made in the lid of a barrel, L'hariach es hayayin, in order to smell the wine, L'vodko im yachol eskaim, in order to check to see if it's able to be preserved. So let's say you have this hole in the barrel, so Oved kochavim b'di Yisrael, if the Oved kochavim smells the Jewish wine, Shaper dummy, that's fine, that doesn't create any prohibition. Yisrael b'd Oved kochavim, but let's say a Jewish person smells the wine of the Oved Kochavim, is that considered to be a benefit? You're not allowed to get benefit from the wine of the Oved Kochavim. Abaye Amar Aser, Abaye says it's forbidden for the Yisrael to smell that wine, and Rava Amar Mutter, Rava says it's permitted, and the Gemara explains the machlokas. Abaye Amar Aser, Abaye says it's prohibited, Reicha Milsi, because smell is considered something of substance, and so therefore it's prohibited. Rava Amar Mutter, Rava says it's permitted, Reicha Lav Milsi, because smell is considered to be something that is insignificant. And the Gemara continues, Amar Rava, Rava says, from where can I show you that smell is considered insignificant? It's like nothing. The Tanan, as we learned in a Mishnah, this is a Mishnah in Meseches Trumos, Tanor shehisiko bekamon shel truma. Let's say you have an oven and you lit the fire with cumin stalks, and they were of truma. V'yafa bo es hapas, and then you use that to bake bread. Hapas muteres, the bread is going to be permitted. Lefi she'ein tam kamun ela reicha kamun, because you don't have the taste of the cumin, all you have is the smell, and so therefore it seems clear from this Mishnah that the smell is insignificant. V'Abaye, now Abaye responds to this, Shani Hasam, it's different over there, demikla isure, because that which is prohibited is all burned up. It doesn't even really exist anymore, this kamon, and that's why over there we are more lenient. Rashi explains, L'hariach Oved Kochavim b'yayin Yisrael shaper dami. If the Oved Kochavim is going to smell the wine of the Jew, that is fine. Hapas muteres lezarim. We're talking here about the bread that's being baked in this oven, and again, it's being lit with the kamon shel truma, so it's going to be muter lezarim. It's going to be permitted even for non-kohanim. The point is, it's not going to take on the status of truma. She'ein ba tam kamon el reach kamon. It doesn't have the taste of kamon. It only has the smell. Ve'imishum dehusak. And if the issue is that you lit it, you use that to light the fire, lo ichbaslan, that's not an issue. The truma ain't surah isra hana, there is no prohibition to get benefit from truma. And the Gemara continues, Amar Rav Mari says, Kitanoi, this is a machlokas tanoim in terms of whether the smell is significant or not. The Mishnah in Trumo says, Haroda pascham, if somebody detaches hot bread from the oven, Uneson al pichavis shal yayin shal truma, and he places it over the barrel by the opening of the barrel of wine of truma. Rabbi Meir oser, Rabbi Meir says it's prohibited. Rabbi Yehuda mater, and Rabbi Yehuda says it's permitted. Rabbi Yossi mater b'shal chitin, Rabbi Yoser b'shal siorim. Rabbi Yossi makes a distinction. He says that if it is wheat bread, then it is permitted. If it is barley bread, then it's forbidden. Because the barley bread, that draws in the fumes from the wine. And so the Gemara says, my lav, b'haka miflagi, aren't they arguing about this exact issue? Demar sava recha milsi, one says that the smell is considered to be significant, meaning to say, Rabbi Meir, who says Aser, says that the smell is significant. Umar sava recha velo klumu. And Rabbi Yehuda, who says that it's permitted, he says that the smell is not significant. And the Gemara says, L'Rava, according to Rava, again, Rava was the one that says that the smell is not significant. Vadai Tanoihi, it certainly is a machlokas Tanoim, meaning there is no way to reconcile Rabbi Meir with Rava's opinion. Rabbi Meir certainly says the smell is significant. That's why he says Aser. Li Abaya, but according to Abaya, Abaya again is the one who says that the smell is significant. Rabbi Meir certainly follows Abaya. The question is, can Rabbi Yehuda also follow Abaya? Is it possible that Rabbi Yehuda says mutter in this case, even though smell is significant? The Gemara says, Li Abaya, according to Abaya, mi lema tanoihi, do we have to say it's a machlokas tanoim? Amar lach Abaya, Abaya will say to you, Lav mi itmar Allah, wasn't it stated on this Mishnah? Amar Rabba bar bar Chana, Amar Reish Lakish, that Rabba bar bar Chana said, the Reish Lakish said, Bepas chama v'chavis psuch, if you're talking about hot bread and an open barrel. And Rashi explains, Rabbi Meir Oser, Rabbi Meir says it's prohibited, Lefisha shoavo es reach hayayin, again because it draws out the smell of the wine. We're talking here about smell. And L'Rava Diamar Lav Milsi, according to Rava, who says that smell is not significant, Vadai al Korche Ketanoi Amrel Milsi, it has to be that what he's saying is actually subject to a machlokas tanoim. V'lav divrei hakoli, you can't be following everyone. To Rabbi Meir Oser, because Rabbi Meir in the Mishnah says it's prohibited in this case by the bread and the wine. V'leka l'meimar iser elamisham recha, the only way we can understand that there's a prohibition is because of the smell. But li Abaya d'amar milsi, but according to Abaya, who says that smell is significant, leima ketanoihi, do we have to say that it is a machlokas tanoim? Mi amrin on Rabbi Yehuda lesle di Abaya, do we say that Rabbi Yehuda does not hold of Abaya, and that's why he says it's permitted in this case of the bread and the wine? O dilma liolam islay, or maybe really Rabbi Yehuda does hold of Abaya, he holds that smell is significant in general. V'taim ed Rabbi Yehuda hachan, the reason of Rabbi Yehuda over here, the kasavar, is because he holds ein reach hayayin nichnas bepas, that the smell of the wine actually does not enter the bread. Avol bebastia de reach nesech nichnas beguf modi. But in a situation of bastia, in the situation where you have that hole in the barrel, where the reach of the ayin nesech, there it actually does enter, so then it enters into the body. So there he might admit that that's considered to be something that is significant, and we will continue with this discussion in the next video on Daf Samech Zayin Amud Aleph.